Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, Santa J gave us some really good final dividends for the year 2024. Let me announce the Discord real quick that I'm live. I just looked at Tesla, the first one. That's my biggest holding of YieldMax, which has come back very nicely this year. Um, and let's go over it real quick. It looks like it's $1.28, so I think it's a little bit higher than what we said. So yeah, $1.28 for Tesla. Crash was 37 cents. Let me actually open up the article here. Here we go. We're over here. Stop this one and then share. Let's see. So Tesla, of course, for me, that's my personal favorite because that's the one. I mean, I wouldn't say it's my favorite fund, certainly, but it's my largest yield max holding. So I'm happy with the as far as YMAX and YMAG, we exceeded expectations. We had 24 cents here, 17 cents here. These were actually in line with the averages, which, as you all know, that's my methodology that I use to make predictions right now. The Tesla dividend's actually 129 if we round up by 1 cent. Crash is 37 cents. GUI is 63 cents. YBIT is 71 cents. So pretty good. OARK is 33 cents. XOMO is 24 cents. SNOY is 57 cents if we round up, and TSM is 81 cents if we round up. So this one isn't showing us percentages. So let me go back over here. I'm actually on the X page here. We go to comments here. Good evening. So we will have our last dividends for the year. Let me go over the schedule again and confirm the payable date on these. I wonder why this isn't showing percentages here. It usually does. So yeah, Tesla, Crash, GUI, YBIT, OARK, XOMO, SNOY, TSMY, YMAX, and YMAG. Um, hmm. As far as percentages, it's not actually showing. That is strange. Let's see if I scroll down over here. Nope, it's not showing me. Okay, well, with that being said, let's actually go over the dates again, the payable dates and whatnot. And starting here, let's go over here. Okay, so target 12, we're going to get January 7th. That's like 10 days away. And then as far as, of course, YMAX, YMAG, those are weekly. As of this week, we're on Group A, so we're actually going to get paid before the end of the year. I know some of you all might have had that question about when we're actually going to get paid. It's before the end of the year. So we're getting something weekly for YieldMax, no matter what. And they have that all the way till next year listed. Of course, the group we got this week was Group A, which is the biggest group, possibly the best. We got Tesla, Crash, GUI, YBIT, OARK, XOMO, SNOY, TSMY, Feet, and 5E. Okay, so let's do this now. Max dividend. That's weird. Normally the percentages are plastered everywhere. But this time, unless I go to like a Reddit page or something, it's not quite showing. Um, anyway, so let's do this. Let's do like a portfolio review. And let's answer a question that I know a lot of you have. How much of this is going to be return of capital? We'll have to wait until we see their annual statement. But as of right now, some of you thought the dividends might be higher, like in the case of Roundhill, which we'll go over in a separate video. Some of you thought the dividends would actually be higher to allow them to, I guess, clear their books. In this case, I don't see it being too much higher. Let's go over again what we had a month ago, providing that this is correct over here. I've been using this site a couple of times. So let me go over here. This site, let's see. So this site, the last dividend for Tesla was 122, so it was higher this month. Let's see, as of that's cool. It has a little countdown clock for each. I need to refresh this actually. This is called dripcalc.com, this site. So the countdown should actually show 0. Well, it's 26 days now till the next one, right? 12 days, 19 days, 12 days, 6 days, because we've got Group B is the next one, January 2nd. Okay, so Tesla was 122 as of last month. They'll update this, I'm sure. 454 price of Tesla, which is phenomenal. That's an all-time high. YMAX and YMAG last time were 14 cents and 6 cents respectively. Crash was 37 cents, so that stayed right in line with it. The other ones, we had OARK was 46 cents. Let's compare that to like the actual. Okay, so Tesla was a little higher. Crash was right in line. OARK was 33 cents versus this month it was 46 cents. So it was OARK was lower this month. As far as the others, I don't quite have them memorized. So let me go over here, move this. Okay. So we're looking for GUI. Let's see, the other ones are GUI, YBIT, XOMO, SNOY. Feet and 5e we're not going to get for some time. So we're looking at TSMY, SNOY, XOMO, and YBIT. So YBIT, oh, look at this. YBIT was 126 last month. This month it was 71 cents, so it was definitely lower than what we predicted. TSMY was 54 cents last month. This month it was 81 cents, so that was higher. SNOY was 57 cents this month. Last month it was 170. I told you guys that would be a lot less because it had a not as great of a month for sure. So that was like a third of what it was a month ago. So that's TSMY, SNOY, XOMO. XOMO last month was 51 cents. This month it was half of that. It was 24 cents. And then, of course, OARK we went over. So some big differences, I would say, as far as dividends this month. But that is going to round out our YieldMax dividends for the rest of the year. That's about all we're going to get this year. So let me do this here, something we haven't done in a while. Let's actually take all of these, starting with Tesla, compare them to the underlying. So let me start out with this over here. As far as the unemployment numbers today, it didn't really jolt the market too much. It looks like I'm going to be okay on most of my trades that I held into expiration day tomorrow. So we don't need to go over a macroeconomic update today. Let me go over here to Seeking Alpha. Share this screen. Anybody have any comments, questions, concerns for the coach? Otherwise, we'll just keep pressing forward. Okay, so Tesla, I want to compare Tesla. See, I left a lot of these open, XDTE, QDTE. This is a subject for another video, of course. Let's do this, get rid of these. This was comparing these to the underlying. So of course we've got Tesla. For starters, we want to compare Tesla, OARK, Crash, which is the inverse. Get rid of this one, get rid of this one. And then we had SNOY, TSMY. That's Taiwan Semiconductor, right? And then we had, of course, GUI, YBIT, XOMO. Let's see. Where did we go here? Onward, absolutely. Okay. Seems like I lost my tab. Oh, no, it's over here. That's weird. It moved all the way over here. Okay. So what did we say? Um, so we got 5 of them. We want Ybit, XOMO, and GUI. So Ybit, XOMO. Okay, we got the maximum for now because it's only 7, so we'll do GUI later. All right, so year to date, here's how we've done. Look at Tesla, 41% year to date. OARK, 13.88%. Crash, which is inverse Tesla, 58% down, no surprise. SNOY, 26%. TSMY, 11%. YBIT, 0.97. And then XOMO, 5.24%. Now let's take one of the boring ones off, and then let's go over. By the way, this is total return. So total return includes the dividends. Let's do this over here. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's look at price return first. Price return, Tesla's still down 28%. ORK, they're actually all down except for TSMY when it comes to price return. Tesla's still 28% down. Let's actually look at, so Tesla's in the orange. So Tesla, since mid-year, has it really rebounded at all? That's crazy because since July, so even, this is what's crazy, even with Tesla coming back so well, which didn't start happening until after the election. Well, we were down 50% in Tesla, so I guess we've come back 20%, it looks like. Yeah, we've actually come back 20%. But of course, in price return, we like to check here total return. In terms of total return, we're way, way up. So let me do this, take off XOMO, and then we'll add the other one that we're missing, GUI. So GUI is going to be over here. Let's see now. So GUI is up 10.75% in terms of total return. The one that's really fallen off, of course, is Crash because that's the inverse fund. You can see it's moved directly to the inverse, for the most part, directly to the inverse of Tesla. Now let's do this. Since Tesla, I think for a lot of us OGs, Tesla's probably our biggest holding. So let's take off these. Let's get rid of these. And let's just look at Tesla. Okay, so if we just focus on Tesla over the past 3 years, watch this, or go to maximum because it hasn't quite been 3 years. So November 21st, 2022, it's up 54.51% in total return since then. So it just turned 2 years old on this date here, and it was up 28%. So look at that. Since then, it's just really skyrocketed. If we go back just 1 year, 37.97%. Maximum 54.51%. Let's look at just price return. We're just going to analyze Tesla by itself. So if we just look at price return here, see it's like the opposite, minus 57.68. So basically in terms of price, now how do I get this in terms of percentage? Or not that. Actually, I just want to look at Tesla real quick. So over here, okay, so we were basically on a post-split adjusted basis. We were at 40.88. We peaked at like 43.53. So we fell all the way to a low point of 11.22 in October. And we've come slightly back from there, but we actually still have a long way to go. So even though it is exciting what Tesla has done, now what we want to do, of course, is compare it to the underlying, which, like I typically say, underlying is almost always outperforming. Wonder why it went back to this view. Okay, so we'll do this analysis on Roundhill tomorrow. So let's look at Tesla. Tesla stock first. Tesla. Okay, so as you see, Tesla has kicked its butt. Now, there was a point they were performing almost identically. If we look over the past year here, year to date, because we're almost at year's end. So there wasn't a whole wide variation. In fact, they were almost performing directly. There started to be some separation here with Tesla being in the negative, Tesla in the positive. Of course, the separation that we see here towards the end makes it all the more profound. But Tesla here went from being negative to being positive within like a week's time frame. And then of course Tesla stock shot up because the Tesla fund, of course, like all covered call ETFs, are designed to not capture the upside. So we've missed a ton of upside here. In fact, we were, let's see, 58, 68, 78, 88. We were 45% higher at one point in Tesla stock than we were in Tesla. Now, if we go back over the past year, it's a little bit tighter. If we pick a specific date, which is what I want to do, um, I'm going to go here. So it was November 21st until present day, which is going to be here. So watch this. So over that same time frame, okay, Tesla, again, this is what I've always said, and this is just stating fact. This isn't to make anybody feel any certain way, but Tesla over this time frame, the underlying is 3xing the Tesla um, ETF. And that's with total return. That's with the dividend. So the bottom line is, and this still holds true even with the bull market that we're under since the election, of course, with this going up, you're still way better off investing in the underlying because you would have 3 times the total return of Tesla without the dividend, without the ordinary income tax, and all those ramifications. um, with just owning the underlying. See how that works. And the same is going to hold true for most of them as well. Let's see, Fred Trust is on. Crash is crashing. Is it? Yeah, it is actually. We looked at it. Oh, good. I like how you said it in caps and then lowercase. I've only just started with YieldMax funds, only have Coney and Misty. So Slim Booter, I'm not trying to dissuade you, but what I'm saying is factual. The underlying outperforms the yield max. I have yield max myself. I've been attacked for saying this, but it is true. You see it right here in front of me. I got the dividends from December, have it set to reinvest. I'm going to do a 2-month reinvest and 2-month withdrawal of the dividend payments. 2-month cycle, huh? So here's what I want to say, folks. I want to end on this note. So dividends are great and all. Dividends have a lot to do with psychology. It's the psychology of investing, I call it. And I see I'm losing some of you because it's like, oh, you don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. Okay, so as investors, we want to make money, right? We want to make the most money possible given the dollars we have. So to do that, to maximize our return, which is our goal as financial investors, um, we want the maximum total return, which tends to come from owning the underlying. Now, YieldMax is great, and this return from Tesla just turned positive this year. And over the life of it, as you see, it's 58%, which is better than CDs. It's better than money markets, but its underlying is 3xing what it did. So by owning this whole time, you are leaving like an additional 2x return on the table. So that really speaks volumes. He says, speak on prof. Oh, okay. Oh, speak on, like, I'm the professor. I'm the coach. I'm the professor. Um, it's all about turning on that light bulb in you all's minds, right? Light a candle, pass it on, right? Metaphorically speaking. Okay, so let's go over another example real quick here, and we'll go for about 20 minutes today. Um, okay, so this holds true for most, if not all of them. So if we're going to look at Google, also known as Alphabet versus GUI, we're going to see the same thing. And how do I know that? Because I know my stuff. So if we just take this for example, let's X out Tesla. So one of the other ones that's in Group A. Um, if we go over the past year, comparing apples to apples, let me check something here. When did GUI? August 7th. Okay, so let's go since August 7th, 2023. Let's do this. August 7th, 2023 to present day. Watch this. What do you think we're going to see? Oh, it's only, wait a second. Here we go. Okay. All right. So what do we see over the same time frame? In terms of total return, the underlying is outperforming the YieldMax fund. Now, granted, the way this is calculated has to do with adding the cash dividend to the principal value of the fund. So it might understate it, as some of you have argued. But still, look at this. The underlying has done phenomenally. If we look at year to date, 40%, 10.75%. This is like a 4x of what this one has done. Um, Now, as bonus here, let me go over, let's see what you're saying here. I have a cost basis of my Tesla shares of 1609 bought back in 2013. Very good. How many shares do you have? Wow. I wish I was you in that case. I wish I did that too. $8,000 investment worth over 200,000 now. That deserves a round of applause. That's very impressive. Anyway, so I think I made my point. I'm going to use another drip calculator in the next video to see if we come out with anything any different. But that's the gist of it. We got our last dividends of the year for YieldMax, and hopefully you all learned a lesson here. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. Spread the word to your friends, family, relatives. Wanted to hit 6,000 by the end of the year, but that's not quite going to happen. Happy holidays, yeah. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and all of the above. 500 shares, nice. So that is pretty good. So that means in 2013, you paid, you're right, you paid $16. Really? It was that cheap in 2013? That's amazing. And then today, of course, it's like 450. So it was even higher than the 200,000 you said. That's awesome, Slim Booter. All right, folks. See you all. See you soon. Bye.